Fast am I, good evening and welcome to the Manx Radio Folk Show with me, John Barker, playing you the best in folk and roots music from the Isle of Man and from all around the world. And we start tonight with some tunes by John Kirkpatrick, Shrewsbury Quarry and Shrewsbury Lasses, and that should give you a clue as to what links all the music in tonight's show. Well, John Kirkpatrick isn't appearing at Shrewsbury Folk Festival, but everyone else on tonight's show is, including Ladysmith Black Mambazo. This is Never Give Up.
Emhlabeni madoda emhlabeni ave kunzima sometimes awunzima ngendlela yodwa wena never ever give up ever never ever never ever give up ever never ever ever give up ever never ever ever give up ever give up Kulukhuni kunjalo wena bekezela Kulukhuni kunjalo wena qinisela ayikho into esakalula kulomhlaba ayikho into esakalula kulomhlaba Sometimes izinto zizeka ngendlela yazo kodwa never ever give up ever never ever never ever give up ever never ever ever give up ever never ever ever give up ever alilahli ithimba never usithawu ever alilahli ithimba never usithawu ever alilahli ithimba Never, 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 alilahli ithemba never, aliposithawu 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 never, never ever, never ever give, never, never ever, never ever give, never give, mangabe kulukhulu mangabe kulukhulu kangakanani never ever ever give never ever ever give never give never ever never ever ever give never ever give never ever give up.
Well, amongst the 75 or so different groups and artists appearing at Shrewsbury Folk Festival this coming weekend are Manran, the multi-award-winning Scottish supergroup. And from their 2021 album, Ura, this is Crossroads. Another award-winning artist appearing at Shrewsbury this weekend is Lady Nade. Her music defies easy categorisation, blending folk, Americana, soul, jazz and blues and roots into a captivating tapestry, and she has won Song of the Year at the UK Americana Awards in 2022. She's got a new album coming out, but this song, Complicated, is from her 2021 album, Willing.
Was it fate that hate that brought us here? I'll miss you, ooh dear. Was it love that brought us near? I'll miss you. But it's so, oh, oh, complicated. But it's so complicated. It was fate that brought us here. It was love that brought us near. I miss you. Dear, oh, your hands, I miss your hands, but it's so, oh, oh, complicated. But it's so complicated. But it's so, oh, oh, complicated. But it's so complicated.
That was Lady Nade, very nice indeed. Now the other week when I did a preview show of Shrewsbury Folk Festival before I went there, I had to slightly shoehorn some Manx music into the show because there weren't any Manx artists appearing there. Fortunately that's not the case with Shrewsbury Folk Festival because Isla Callister is appearing with Heisk. Of course I've played just about every track off their latest album, Headstrong, but I don't think I've played this one. This is Philomena. So that was the excellent Heisk, and I'll definitely be going to see them on Sunday evening. They start off the evening's music on the big stage, ahead of Beth Nielsen Chapman and Eric Bibb. More about Eric later, but that's a great lineup. Now something that should be quite entertaining, don't know quite what to expect, is Gangsta Grass. They combine hip-hop and bluegrass. What's not to like? From their album American Music, this is their version of John Henry.
Slavery before he was barely more than a baby. He foretold the way he died with a hammer in his hand, fastening pieces of railroad down with the grease of his elbow, pounding the steel with a power he wielded and made it look easy as Velcro, even though he couldn't really leave when he fell though. They said the union prevailed and trying to free him, yeah, it's stupid as hell to say he had his freedom yet. Trapped in the system, black men and women have been captured in prison. Gangs are committing an act that should catch him a slap on the wrist if they actually did it, and I have to predict more than half of them did. A tragic predicament, and many of them passed because of gassy conditions. One day a man came and said, honest to Jesus, I got a machine that lays a track faster than any man on your team. John picked up his hammer, lifted his hand up and said, well, I'm gonna beat.
Well, John Henry started on the right side, and the steam drill started on the left. Said before I let that steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna hammer my fool self to death.
Well, John and the machine started charging at a speed that you hardly could believe. His heart against a steam engine, the extreme tension of the product of a man against the strongest ever seen. He swung with a force so relentless, the form and momentum of Thor in the Festus. Euphoria sweat, his first drop, he heard pots swinging from the drill, like he might have just worn out his engine. People recollect they were neck and neck. The steam drill is equal at almost every step. He passed the machine with a gas in between every breath. Couldn't feel his legs like Professor X. John was at the home stretch. Something in his dome went wrong. As he drove that long, glass spiking like lightning. The blood vessel burst and he fell to the earth, but he showed them all. Now, John Henry was a champion of a man. His hourglass just ran out of sand. His wife wasn't crying cause it happened as he planned. He died with his pride and his hammer in his hand.
John Henry, he said to his captain, well, a man ain't nothing but a man. And before I let that steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna die with a hammer in my hand. Oh, I'm die with a hammer in my hand.
So that was Gangsta Grass. Going back to the aforementioned Eric Bibb, I've seen him before at Shrewsbury, always fantastic to see, and the Great American Bluesman is bringing a great band with him, so that'll be a must. This is from Live at the Scala Theatre, Eric Bibb, River Blues.
Going down to the river soothes my soul just to watch it flow. Might stay all day looking at the leaves turning gold. My mind needs a change of scene. Don't wanna say something unkind I don't mean. got nothing to say. Please don't preach. Sometimes we can agree to disagree. My mind's acting like a scream. Don't wanna say something unkind I don't mean. You're right, it's true. I don't make enough time just to be with you. Time and again, it's the same old story, nothing new. About nothing at all. Let's go to the river, listen to the sound of the waterfall. It's time for a change of scene. Don't wanna say something unkind I don't mean. Say something unkind I don't mean.
On the subject of blues, it is Blues Club down at the Railway in Douglas on Wednesday night this week, tomorrow night, the 21st of August. But there's other great music coming up as well. Of course, there'll be the usual sessions, including O'Donnell's on Wednesday night, the Mitre on Friday night, and there will be a Sunday afternoon session. But as often is the case, I don't know where it is just yet. There'll also be the Folk Club in Ramsey on Thursday night. And the Centenary Centre have lots of good music coming up very soon. There's Steve Gibbons' band on Saturday the 24th of August. And then a band called Tuio, I think that's how you might say it, who play Latin music, appearing on the 31st of August. Supported by Clash 4, so that'll be a good night, of course. Further into the future, tickets are now on sale for Jez Lowe, the amazing singer-songwriter from the northeast of England, at the Institute on Friday the 8th of November. And on the following night, you've got Vont de Nord at the Centenary Centre. I played something by them the other week. They are also appearing at Shrewsbury Folk Festival, but I couldn't squeeze them into tonight's show. I've always got room, though, for the Peat Bog Fairies. Hailing from the Isle of Skye, they're sure to bring Saturday night's concerts at Shrewsbury to a fantastic end. From them, this is Darcy's. Changing the mood quite considerably from the Peat Bog Fairies, we go to the Magpies, a three-piece combining sublime harmonies with exquisite musicianship and impressive songwriting. From their album Undertow, this is I Will Never Marry.
One morning I rambled by the shore. The tempest did sing and roar. The cry of the wind and the waters was drowned by a sorrowful sound. Her voice it rang above, a song it sang of love. When I asked what troubled me, she said love had drowned in the sea. I never will marry, not be no man's wife. I intend to live single for the days of my life. My love, he lies in his grave, nothing for a tomb but a wave. I kiss his dear lips like the coral so red that grows and lies in his bed. I never will marry, not be no man's wife. I intend to live single for the days of my life. Sister, dear sister, do not weep. Your love did not die in the sea. It's here in our hearts and yours to share. Take my hand and sing free. I never will marry, not be no man's wife. I intend to live single for the days of my life. I never will marry, not be no man's wife. I intend to live single for the days of my life.
Now, a band I've never heard of before but are on the lineup for Shrewsbury this year are El Pony Pisador, who apparently have become one of the most important folk bands in Catalonia. And slightly fancifully, on the website it says if we blend the worlds of J.R.R. Tolkien with Monty Python and add a substantial dose of contemporary folk energy, that could result in something similar to El Pony Pisador. So that's intriguing, isn't it? I'm going to play you a track from their album Oxels, and the title is something like Rafa el Garrafa, el Gabaro del Garras, Agafa Garrafo per Guanyese Garrafos. Well, I'll let them say it, because I think it's the first few lines of the song.
Si el garrofo el garraf, la agafa el rafa, el gafarro, el rafa agafa, la garrafa el garrufo. Si el garrofo el garraf, la agafa el rafa, el gafarro, el rafa agafa, la garrafa el garrufo.
del sud i té el llom torsut. Per petits i grans és ben segur que el cucut menut del sud té el llom torsut. Si el garrofó el garrafla, agafa el rafó, agafa el rol, rafla, agafa amb la garrafa el garrofó. Si el garrofó el garrafla, agafa el rafó, agafa el rol, rafla, agafa amb la garrafa el garrofó. L'estrusca d'un barnús va amb nit-bus, però hi ha un bon embús. I d'això en podem estar segurs. Dins l'embús, l'estrus del bus porta un barnús. Si el garrofó el garrafla, agafa el rafó, agafa el rol, rafla, agafa amb la garrafa el garrofó. Si el garrofó el garrafla, agafa el rafó, agafa el rol, rafla, agafa amb la garrafa el garrofó. Fa el gaig cap al maig quan floreix el faig. Canto un últim vers i ja me'n vaig. Quan floreix el faig al maig fa goig el gaig. Si el garrofó el garrafla, agafa el rafó, agafa el rol, rafla, agafa amb la garrafa el garrofó. Si el garrofó el garrafla, agafa el rafó, agafa el rol, rafla, agafa amb la garrafa el garrofó.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing some fine interpretive dancing from the friends I'm meeting up with at Shrewsbury this year when we go and see El Pony Pisador. Looking forward to seeing you there, guys. Next up, Suntu Suso is a multi-instrumentalist, kora player, percussionist, singer and composer from the Gambia. His music combines the rich traditional sounds of the West African Mandinka culture with Afro jazz and soul. And this track is called Canoe.
Canule, sonola, ditente mando cottinge canule, te canule, sonola, ditente mando cottinge canule, tele canule macanye, canule male, ila canule nyama de bamboga kukino, boga puleteno, ninkano mimbento, te vai. Alala sapude le mimeje contando memoy casino no canole timbuarata te canole sonola ditenta mando cottinge canole te canole sonola ditenta mando cottinge canole tele canole macanye. La sonola, di tentamento cotinje kanuyo, te kanule, sonola, di tentamento cotinje kanuyo, tala kanuyo makanye. Te kanule, sonola, di tentamento cotinje kanuyo, te kanule, sonola, di tentamento cotinje kanuyo, tala kanuyo makanye. Kanu foro, musu foro foro, musu kenela, nge kanule, kanu di ma wote fala, fudu di ma wote fala, atamanya le karinye, baby nyinke so le katinye, me se wandi te wa wala fe, te kanule, sonola, di tentamento cotinje kanule, 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 te kanule, sonola, di tentamento cotinje kanule.
So that was Sunto Suso, who's appearing at Shrewsbury this weekend. Looking forward to seeing him and his band. There's so many acts on that I couldn't possibly play everybody. Finishing the festival on Monday afternoon is Elkie Brooks. I'm sure she'll be very good, but I'm not going to play anything by her just now. I'm going to play something by Ranagrai, who are an innovative band from Ireland and England. They've got a few albums out. I've not actually heard them before, but they do sound interesting. This is from their latest album, which is called Tradition 2, and this is The Dark-Eyed Sailor.
Was a comely young lady fair, was walking out to take the air. She met a sailor on her way, so I paid attention and asked her to listen to hear what they might say. Lady, why do you walk alone? For the night is coming and the days they're gone. She turned and the tears from her eyes did fall. It's my dark-eyed sailor, it's my dark-eyed sailor that's causing my downfall. 7 long years since he left this land, he cut a gold ring from off his hand, and half the ring is still here with me, but the other lies rolling, the other lies rolling at the bottom of the sea. He said, we'll drive him from your mind, another young man you will surely find. She turned away and then she did cry for my dark-eyed sailor, for my dark-eyed sailor. I made I live or die. Then half the ring did young William show. She was distracted in joy and woe. Oh, William, William, I had gold in store for my dark-eyed sailor, for my dark-eyed sailor, so handsome, true and bold. a village down by the sea. They join in wedlock and do agree. Young hearts be true when your love is away for a cloudy morning. A cloudy morning brings in a sunny day.
Well, I've got hardly any time left on tonight's show, but I'll be back next week with my 100th Manx Radio Folk Show, when I'll report back from Shrewsbury and Saltburn Folk Festival and tell you who I've seen. Do get in touch with the show. Just email folkshow@manxradio.com to tell me about any upcoming gigs, any music you'd like me to play, or just to say hi. It'd be great to hear from you. I'll leave you this week with one of the acts I'm really looking forward to seeing. That's Catherine Tickell and The Darkening. This is One Night in Moana. I'll see you next week.